What made me a success? Wow, that's a very difficult question. I mean, well, thank you for evaluating me as a success. I feel that I have a lot of accomplishments and a lot of stuff to be proud of as an Egyptian woman and as a person who lived a bulk of her life and still now I'm a single mom. But how can I answer that? I can tell you what I did not do. I did not fall into the trap of people brainwashing me. As in, there is a very important incident in my life whereby almost 25 years back when I decided to go into marketing, which was, by the way, by coincidence, okay, because my first degree is in languages. And I read a book, I was like a bookworm, and noting that this is a time where there is no internet. Yeah, you heard me, no internet. So it sounds very strange when I say that. I read a book which is by Philip Kotler, obviously, Marketing Management, and I was so intrigued by the idea of brands. I still do, and I so much believe in the power of brands. I think it's this close person of me when I ask them about what they think of me shifting to marketing or looking for a job, because at the time I was working in ABB in an administrative HR type of role. And there was no future in terms, because this is an industrial giant, okay? There is no future in marketing. I mean, the best I can do is probably organize events and do brochures and B2B communication with customers, and that's about it. But I wasn't really, that was not my ambition. But that person said clearly to me, you cannot be into marketing because you don't have the degree or the knowledge, and this is, not for you. But I stood there and I took my hold, and there was no mentor, there was no, support system, but I said, no, I'll make it. And I kept looking for 2 years until Mobile, which is now Orange, opened up in Egypt, and I had this amazing interview with the marketing director after I did the screening with HR, and we just had a chat. And this was probably one of the first things that I learned about human resources and doing interviews, because I was always, systematically took out of the screening because I just don't have that degree. But this guy sat with me and understood where I'm coming from, my analysis skill and my passions. And they said, yeah, you can get into marketing. I wanted brand management, but he got me into research. And I said, yes. And this is one of the key learnings for anybody. It doesn't have to be 100% correct from the start, but do accept any challenges to get a foot in the door. And this has always been my attitude, and I think this is why I learned so much over the years. I could accept a job that is maybe a little lower than what I hoped for, or maybe even a lesser salary, just because I want to get into that organization or that sector. Even now as a consultant, I do give discount to some clients because I want to learn about that sector. I want to have that knowledge and the know-how and the insights of that industry and put it in my credentials. And if there's anything that I can tell, young people out there is never stop learning. I'm, 25 plus experience. I learn every day, and there's whole new knowledge, and I unlearn as well, if there's such a word, because there is so many new case studies. There are learnings that I used to say, hey, that's the best practice. Okay, and people come and ask me, but I tell them 3 years later, things have changed. And you know what? Some of my best workshops, especially on Shopper, which is winning in store and supermarket talk, if I run it the following year, it's not the same content. At least 30 to 35% of it has changed. Yeah. So continue on to challenge yourself, to challenge your learning, and this is the only way to grow. And if there is all of this talk about AI and ChatGPT and the threat to marketing, listen, ChatGPT will not be creative as you are as a human being. The AI will not give you the leadership skills or the growth mindset.